Hi, everyone. I'm Michele Tracy Berger, and today I'm going to read a few paragraphs from a new story of mine that appeared in this wonderful new collection called The Devil's Done Come Back, New Ghost Tales from North Carolina. The book itself is edited by Ed Southern, who I recently interviewed to talk about how an editor makes decisions for an anthology and like what he was looking for. And there's a lot of great submission tips and tools and tricks in that. The book itself is trying to reimagine North Carolina, very famous ghost tales. Now, did not write a, I did not rewrite an old ghost story. I basically created something new, and some folks in the collection also did that. And so it's got this great mix of old and new retellings. And for me, this was coming out of my work on this for a novel that I'm writing. And the Midwife's Tale, which is the name of the story, is set in a swamp, a real swamp called the Great Dismal Swamp, which is there's an aspect of it that's in northeastern North Carolina and southeastern Virginia. And it has a really incredible history. It was a place that enslaved people used to move through to get to their freedom. It was part of the Underground Railroad. There's also people who lived, enslaved people who escaped slavery and actually lived in the swamp, as well as during the era of Prohibition, people hid stills of outlawed liquor in the swamp. So it's just got this incredible history, and I'm writing a novel that takes place in the Great Dismal Swamp and near the Great Dismal Swamp. So this was a wonderful opportunity to take a piece of that and play with it. So the only thing that you need to know is that the story is set in 1859. The midwife. The midwife needs to find her way back to the boats. Jojo and Bonali should have been right beside her, but they got separated during the fighting. Her chest aches from running, spittle flies from her mouth. Heaving, she ducks behind a pine tree, crouches, and glances back. She strains to hear footsteps, notes the morning peep of a sparrow. The sounds of dawn don't soothe her as the smell of burning flesh is still fresh in her nose. The streaks of bright blood on her hands remind her of a reckoning only half finished. She bites her lower lip. The many men who accompanied her are doing the work she set them to do, destroying the camp of death talkers. I told them about the shortcut, made them repeat it back to me, she thinks. Even with clear directions, she knew how the swamp could play tricks on you, how easy it was to get lost, trapped, spirits all knotted together here that one had to watch for, slave, free, Indian, and white. A branch snaps nearby and she moves on despite the fiery pain in her knees. This part of the swamp is filled with gum trees, easy to get tangled up in their roots, so she moves with care. The baby, swallowed against her breast, stirs. The midwife adjusts her sling, places her left hand on the newborn, and quietly hums to comfort it. Her mind flashes on all the babies and children of the camp that could never be saved. Can't help them. Evil's in them already, she thinks. She saved only one, and that was dumb luck. This one, miraculously alive and unharmed, to save just one baby from doing their bidding, what they did there. Babies born only to serve the darkness. Her brown face with yellow undertones tightens, and a catch pinches her side. What I did there, helping those girls deliver their babies. But I didn't know that's what I was bringing them into this world for. Babies just come. They don't know right from wrong. Lord, I didn't know. Let us make it right today. What would her family say if they knew? Everyone already thought she was odd for risking life and limb, helping the runaways and the others with their babies. If the whites in town got wind of what she was doing in the swamp, even as a free black woman, it would be certain death, without trial or jury. The midwife shudders, barely avoiding a tangle of roots, thinking about what could be done to her. She remembers the first day visiting the strange camp run by a man and a woman, foreign but white. Women and girls of all backgrounds live there. Some people traveled to the swamp to disappear, so she did not question the gathering. She took care of the women and helped them deliver their babies. It was only after many months did she wonder why she never saw the same woman or her baby again. They left, the woman growled at her once with a ferocity that chilled her. After a routine delivery, the midwife pretended that she was leaving the camp, but instead she hid nearby. It was the newborn's screams that startled her from sleep. The woman held the baby, and the man stood over them, chanting words. He then shouted, "Speak to us, Great Spirit." For a brief moment, the baby stilled, and to the midwife's surprise, spoke the words, "I am here." A triumphant look crossed the man's face, but just as soon it became a scowl as the baby began to cry. "Don't leave us! Stay in the body!" the woman begged. The baby wailed and continued to wail as the woman shook it. Whatever had been called forth was now gone. In a fit of rage, the man snatched the baby, twisted its neck, and threw it to the ground. The midwife's body clenched. The couple walked off. The midwife had seen enough. They were sacrificing the newborns to bring something wicked forth. She named them the Death Talkers, ones that clawed spirits from the other side to possess the purest of bodies. On that day, she plotted to destroy the camp. So that gives you a sense of what the midwife is up against. She's up against some really terrible people doing terrible things in the swamp. Again, this is going to be some part in the novel that I'm writing about the Great Dismal Swamp. So the book is called The Devil's Done Come Back, New Ghost Tales from North Carolina. There are terrific writers in here, including Ross White, Heather Bell Adams, Wiley Cash. Ed Southern has a piece in it. I think you'll really like it if you like ghost stories, if you like North Carolina history, if you like both ghost stories that are told in new ways as well as new tales. Please check it out. Thanks for listening, and as always, stay inspired.